everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today you join me down on Chesil Beach in the pursuit of a blonde ray. A bit of a drama this morning, I'm not going to lie to you. I left at 8 o'clock to get down here and there was 3 accidents on the road. And then it got diverted through all these little villages which are traffic lights everywhere. And it normally takes me about an hour and 10 minutes to get down here and it's taken me 3 hours. So I'm a little bit gutted. I've come down to the O3. I was a bit gutted. When I had a look in the car park, I thought, oh, there's only 2 cars here. I'll get away with it. I walked up over the top and it must be, I'll pan you around in a bit, 20 people here. So I'm absolutely gutted. Planned everything to come down for a blonde, got down here 3 hours late and it's absolutely rammed on you. And it's a weekday as well. It's a Wednesday. I've taken a day off work to come down and try for a blonde few to show you how I fish for them and see if I can get one for my Tronic Sport species hunt. I could have come down and tried for cod and that, but I've got cod and that on my species hunt, and you know, and looking back at all the people fishing down here and filming, everyone's filming catching whiting, bream and cod. So I wanted to try something different, show you how I tackle blonde ray for my favourite mark, and it's packed on it, it's proper close together, it's like a competition. So I had to come about, I'd say 150 metres to the right of where I normally get my blonde rays from. I haven't really fished down this far before, but I'm going to give it a go. We're just after the blow as well, so cross fingers. This is a lovely colour to the water. It's a little bit big swells coming in, but cross fingers, I can get into a blonde ray few. So what I do is I normally do is I quickly run around through the rods and reels I'm using, line and everything, and then I go on to baiting up what I'm going to try for the blonde rays and how I try and tackle them. And then cross fingers, we can get into them few. But I know for a fact, as everyone knows, fishing for blonde rays comes with sacrifice. Dogfish and straps, absolutely love sand eel, squid, and if any fish bait really. But I'm going to give it a good go, see if I can battle through whatever bycatch we catch and see if I can get a blonde ray on camera few. But the good thing is, obviously, I can go through the tactics, how I, tackle them. Distance-wise, I know I'm cutting down my rigs to for distance. I'm going to give it a good go. So cross fingers, I can get a blonde ray few. Right, rods and reels I'm using today are my Old Faithfuls because it's quite a swell out there. I've got the blackout with me, but I haven't got it on. I've gone for the stiffer tips, so I've got my both competition Nagas out, and they're coupled up with the casting special, 20-pound brace, 80-pound and shock leader. And on the business ends, I got 2, on both of them, 2 up and over pulleys, 6 foot long, 3-yaw J-hooks and 3-yaw soak hooks. Both of them I've got double sand eel out, and they're out as far as I can get them. It is quite a swell, so I've got my rods a little bit high up in there, and I've set my beach buddy, as you can see, a little bit back because they are coming in, and the last thing you want is to be down by there and a rogue wave come in and wash you out. But yeah, like I spoke about just now, looking down there, there's even more people turning up now. And it's packed. Someone looked like they've got a good fish down there. Looks like a big conger further down to my right, but they are right on the mark where I wanted to fish. But unfortunately, the dramas I had this morning, I'm a little bit up to the right. But we'll give it a go. I never fished here before. If you never fished it, you don't know. I think with marks, you always get that thing in your head where you've done well before. You always go back there. But I'll give it a go on this mark and see if we can get into a fish now. But that's the equipment I'm using now. We'll jump into the beach buddy out of the wind and show you how I'm going to be baiting up for blonde rays and then see if we can get into one for you. I'll quickly run you now through the rigs I'm going to be using to target the blonde ray. So it's an up and over pulley rig. As you can see, normally I got my bait clip there, rubber bead, comes down to my pulley, my clip, my bait clip, and then I've got a 7-ounce lead, and then I got the rubber bead. That comes down then to my 90-pound swivel, my Tronic Pro tubing to kick it away, anti-tangle tubing, and then it comes down, and I've got 80 pounds, and it comes down. I like to use a single hook here because when I'm blonde ray fishing, if you speak to anyone, distance is key. So I like to use a single hook. Any little bit of distance you can get is good. And then I've got a 3-yaw Tronic Pro J-hook, and like usual, like I spoke about, I got a little tag end so you can whip it in, and that holds it there. Bait-wise, I don't fish massive baits for them because obviously distance is key, and I do like sand eel. So I've got The only sandy like I had in the freezer were small ones, so I'm going to double up on them. And then I've got a little slither of squid, which is the same size as a sandeel, to make it more aerodynamic. Yeah, it's a lovely little swell on you, I could say that. You don't want to be too close to that water's edge. I think the only issue we're going to have today, so all I'm doing is snipping the tail off and the head off the sandeel. I think this issue we're going to have today is dogfish and strap conger. Because I have looked down the beach there like we spoke about, and they're bringing in quite a few strap congers. So I fed one onto my baiting needle, and then to make it aerodynamic, I twist them round so the top and tail them, head to tail them, so it makes it more of a sandwich. And then my squid, I measured it. As you can see there, the squid is a little bit too long. So I'll just snip off 10 mil, so it makes it all streamlined. So drop the squid off, keep bait elastic. Just hope the rain rolls off, to tell you the truth. I don't mind just a little bit of a breeze, but certainly don't want it raining. So grab your bait cotton, put your sandeels top and tail, like so, and then the baiting needle will hold the bottom one horizontal, wrap down, the crisscross formation. Water's quite cloudy, so bait presentation I don't think is key. Don't want to go to a big bait because obviously the water's coloured. The more scent you get out there, the better. But I need to keep it down to all distance. And I've even before in the past gone down to single sandeel, small, and whacked it as far as I can and caught bronze. So I just lay the squid along the top then and whip that in. Till I was talking to my friends this year, I don't know what it is, the squid fishing has been absolutely amazing. All over Chesil Beach, they've been casting some right lumpers. But they have in Southampton now, in the last week or two, they've gone. The port where I was having 30 or 40 a night, so good job, I stacked up. Yeah, all this just disappeared. I don't know what it was. I don't know, because we had that spell of rain. And a bit of fresh water came down from the test, the river test, and they all went. So all I do is put my hook in, bend it over, push it down, and then whip that on. And then that little tag end, which we spoke about, which is out there, whip that in, fold it back, and whip that in. And what that does then, because you're using a single hook, it stops the bait going up the line. Just whip it, whip it, whip it, whip it. Get it all on here. And then I do a couple around the bottom to hold it in place. It's a good thing with this bait cotton from Tronics, it bites in quite well. Pull it out. And as you can see, that's a right, when you're thinking you're fishing for bronze, but yeah, don't need a big bait. And as you can see, that is solid in there because of that. Oh, someone's just brought in a nice blonde ray down there now. That's a lovely blonde ray. Right on the mark where I was going to fish. Oh, gutted. Yeah, that's a lovely blonde ray. Looks like a double figure one. A gentleman up there. But he's right on the money on that mark. But, oh, great. But I'll keep on trying now. At least I know they're here and someone brought one in. But he's about, I'd say, at least 110 metres to my left. You were right. Yeah, at least there's ray here. That's good to see. But that one's all baited up, ready to go out next. And cross fingers, I can get into a blonde ray. But yeah, it's always worrying when you're not on your favourite mark. But yeah, nothing much I can do about it. But I'll keep going now. But it's nice to see the gentleman up there has got a blonde ray. It looks a good one as well. But yeah, that's me all ready to go now. And I'll just keep on doing that. But it's going to be key distance. All my fishing today is all going to be maximum distance with small baits. And that's I'm not going to be bringing it in and out. It's just going to be maximum distance all day. And then cross fingers, we can get into a blonde ray. So I'm on my fourth cast now. The first two casts, I left them out there for 20 minutes, brought back in, and completely untouched. On my right-hand rod then, I was wound in for a bait change, and there was a jumbo pout in there. But my left-hand rod, now I casted it back out with herring, wrapped in squid, a little bit bigger bait, because I was at double sandy on squid, but I don't want to be catching pouting, so I've gone for a little bit of a bait, bigger bait, and then straight away had a really good pull down. I took quite a bit of line actually, but to be honest, it looked more of a conger than a ray. And the issue I got is now I'm miles back from the water's edge, so I might have to run down and go there, try and take the rod you down with me, or try and angle it, because I'm right back up now. I'll try and angle it so you can see me going down. Yeah, I'm so far away from the water because the swell is coming up, so I'm sitting back from the dip to be safe. Because there is quite the swell, and it keeps on, the odd one keeps on coming up over the top of the bank. So hopefully you can get it all in. This was a much better bite. Looks like a blonde ray, to tell you the truth. Blonde! Yeah, it's a blonde ray. I don't know when I'll land this thing. I have to try and surf him in on the wave now. Yeah, I'll try and get it in that wave now. Blonde. Spot on. Thanks very much, Rob.
Take them up here. See that one?
I can see you coming up in the water.
Yeah. Stars right on the mate. You said it.
I just changed the bait as well.
Yeah, I think I might miss one the past before. I think you just put it out and the weight wouldn't settle.
Yeah.
It splash, but it dropped it off.
Oh, brilliant.
Right, mate.
Thank you very much.
Beautiful.
Oh, brilliant. Thanks, Rod. Target achieved, blonde ray. Absolutely made up. Like I said, I just changed my bait to a little bit bigger size because I did have double sandy on. And I was just catching pouting, so I changed then to that. And we got a target achieved, blonde ray. That's one of my Tronics Pro species hunt. I'd say it's about, I don't know, about £5. But yeah, over the moon, man. You can see it coming up in the water. And thank God there's a gentleman who's fishing next to me, Rob. We've just been chatting. He's from Southampton as well. And we were on about the delay we had coming down here. And fair play, he run down and helped me land it. Yeah, brilliant, man. So I get him quickly marked up on my score on my Tronics Pro species hunt and get him back in. Yeah, target achieved, blonde ray on Chesil Beach. Brilliant. Oh, brilliant. Fourth cast, target achieved, spotted ray. So what I did there was it's just a minor tweak. Obviously, I've had double sandy on, stripped with a bit of squid, and I picked up a pouting and that. So I thought, right, and fair play to the gentleman there, Rob. We've just been speaking now, and he's from Southampton, like I just said. Rob, if you're watching this, thank you so much, because we had a quick chat, and that's what I love about angling, helping each other. He came over and we had a good chat about things, introduced ourselves, and I said, because we were on our own, if you have a ray or a big conger, give me a shout and I'll run up and give you an hand, and vice versa. And you can see the blonde ray coming up, I don't know, it's 80 yards out, and it's skating across, and fair play to him. Rob came running down, and as you've seen, helped me land it. So, Rob, thank you so much. Yeah, so as we spoke about, a minor tweak, because I had sandy on. So what I did was, I went on to herring. I know I've cut the herring is, so I can get more pieces out of it. I've just cut it down there, so it's like that. Locally caught squid then. laid down the side of it. Because I was a bit, the sand eel are small. I don't know if they were, because like I said, the water's cloudy. I wanted to get a bit more scent. And obviously I can leave it soak a bit longer without getting washed out. So it is a bit bigger, and I just cut the head in like that. But yeah, that's it, man. Target achieved, one of my Tronics post species. And the only ray I need to get now is the common skate. So I'll have to go up to Scotland to get that. But I've got all the others now. So yeah, happy with that. All the rays done, apart from the common skate. I don't know. And that's horrendous, man. Long drive, long fight. But yeah, may speak to Graham from Shawcast and plan something. Yeah, so all I did was simply whipped it up into a little sausage, like so. Like that. And I got the squid then running along there. Locally caught squid again. Simply put my hook in, and there's a tag there. And whip the tag in. Like so. Yeah, it'd been awkward landing that on my own in that swell, because you can see the sea is pretty, looks flat, but then there's a big swell coming right in it is. Because I spoke to Rob, he had the same issue as me coming down and all the roads shut and all that. Because I didn't want to get down here too early. I got a bite on my right hand rod, I think. I didn't want to get down here too early because the swells are too big and it was unfishable. But then I think everyone must have had the same idea. That's what me and Rob said. When he walked over the top, he was about 5 minutes behind me. It's rammed. But both of us had concerns because we never fished up this end before. But we've had a ray. And we're not coming to the best time yet, just as the light goes. So what I've done is then it's into a nice little sausage, and you can see the blood and all that just dripping out there. But that was only within 5 minutes. So I think I might up my bait sizes now and get some really bloody stinky baits out there, see if that will make a difference instead of just going for pure distance with a double sand eel. But yeah, it's all about testing and adjusting, isn't it? Because normally single sand eel works here for them and that. But yeah, that was it. I did on herring, ripped with a bit of locally caught squid, and that's oozing stuff out there. So that's all done and dusted. But yeah, happy now. I messaged the wife and said, I just target achieved. I caught my blonde range. She said, you come home now, then. I said, the traffic's a bit bad, so I might stay a bit longer. But yeah, quite funny. But cross fingers now. That tactics now can get me into a few more fish. And as we just starting to lose the light then, which is the best time here for them, we can get into a real big one. That'd be nice. But trying to land a really big one in that swell would be quite a challenge. But like I said, me and Rob can work together and try and get one. Yeah, buzzing. Target achieved. Yeah, so my last double sand eel and squid strip was out. And what I've done is now I've changed to bigger baits because the issue like we spoke about. I don't like doing this. The eyeballs and that. Yeah, it's jumbo pout. Any double sand eel and squid, which is a smallish bait, they're hoovering it up. Yeah, and it's not fair. And the fish, look at that. I don't know why his eyes are going like that because it's not that deep of a water, yeah. But jumbo pout. And I just spoke to Rob, he's having an issue now, so I've upped my bait sizes to, like I'm fishing in Wales. For bronze, I've gone really big baits. I've sacrificed a little bit of distance, but yeah, having a pout in every cast is no good, so I've upped my bait sizes and hopefully that will deter him. And as you've seen, that's the blonde ray come on now. So I'm going to try and get him back, but yeah, I don't like killing fish like that. But yeah, so that's my plan now is no double sand eel and squid. Just big baits, big herring baits with a squid. I might go to wool squid after, but then the conger love that, so I don't really want to do that. So for the next hour, it'll be herring and squid baits and see how that goes, see if I can pick up another blonde. But yeah, definitely the sand eel is coming off because the pouting are just hoovering that up. And I know the seagulls are having a field day there, but I don't like killing fish for the sake of it, and they don't go back at all, pouting don't. But yeah, for the next hour now, my plan is bigger baits, we're just starting to lose the light a little bit now, so we're getting into the best time for the blondes. So cross fingers, then I can get into a nice double figure blonde. That'll be good. That will be good. But yeah, I'll get back to you if I have anything other than a jumbo pouting. Well, I only just put that blonde ray back. You see me biting up with that jumbo pouting. And then I've put the camera back now, see if I can get it all in. As you can see on my right-hand rod now. I had a cracking bite and I just left it at the moment. It's slack line me, I've wound the slack in a bit. I'm trying to get the camera back so you can try and see me all the way in, because as we spoke about, I'm miles from the water's edge. Yeah, there's a fish in there. Hopefully you can get it all in. But I tell you something, it's gone cold. Yeah, slackline me. I think I missed it, you know. That was a perfect bite. Look at my other rods going now. Let me get run down and get this now. I hope I haven't missed it. That was a cracking bite, that was. And my other rod's going as well, so I'm quickly trying to get this one in so I can run back. Oh, I've had a question off one of my subscribers. I know it's about boat fishing, but I'll answer it by you. It's from Will, asking me about uptiding on a boat. Obviously, when I'm internationally fishing, you pegged on the boat unless you're in the World Championships like the other day, when you have to go around, move around every hour to different pegs. But for me, I love fishing on the side of the boat and uptiding. It's one of my specialities. I absolutely love it. But a top tip for uptiding, what I do all the time. Oh, I got a right good bite in there. 2 seconds. We'll get back to that. I got a right good bite on my right-hand side now. Yeah, I was just talking to you about Will's answer about uptiding. I'll have to get back to that, Will. I do apologise. And my right-hand rod just bent right over. I hope you can pick it up on there, see ya. Tell you something, the fishing today has been quite steady. I know it's been a lot of jumbo pouts and strap congers, which I haven't brought you back for, because you don't want to see that. My only concern is now, once we're losing light, I know this part of the time is perfect for blondes and that. But I'm just concerned that the pouting and straps go a bit mental in darkness. So I'll only be probably giving it an hour into darkness. Yep. I think I've lost it again, you know. That was a right good pull down, and I was on then. I dropped it again. Yeah, I've dropped it again. I don't know what that is. I don't know why that's happening. I'll proper pull down in my hands in front of you. I'll quickly get this in now, and I'll get back now. Yeah, that's mad. That is. I've had 2 right good slackline pull downs, and I brought it in. Look, and the bait's mangled. Yeah, I don't know what that is. That's 2 good pull downs now, slacklined, and then holding in my hand and pulling down, you strike into it, and it's dropping it. Yeah, strange. But yeah, I'll get this one back out now on cross fingers. we're just losing a light now. We can get into something for you. Yeah, I don't know what that is. There's 2 fish I've dropped now. Proper pull down, go in. I've held it, slack line, wound into the slack line. And then you can feel the fish pulling and striking into it and nothing. I don't know what that is. Strange. Just 2 fish it's happened to. But yeah, I'll get back to it. Well, I do apologise then. Yeah, so up tiding. When I'm up tiding in competitions, what I try and do is, if I'm peg 1, I make my own scent trail. So what I do is, obviously I love using boom rigs when I'm up tiding, and laying them down flat. So, but keep on hitting the same mark all the time and try and get it further out than everyone else in there. So then you're making your own scent trail. So obviously the fish will come up the scent trail. But yeah, don't be sporadic with your casting. Try and hit the same mark all the time. And when you're up tiding, try and use booms. Booms are amazing. Up tiding, you can pick up all sorts of species. Just don't use a 1 down. Always try and utilise 3 hooks. But if I'm peg 7, so you've got peg 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sorry, peg 5. What I try and do is then if peg 1 to 4 are up tiding, if I'm peg 5, what I do is I try and use their scent trail. So look, if they're up tiding where they are casting, I know it sounds bad, but then try and get you a hook landing in front of their bait. So what happens is then you're using 4 people's scent trail, and then yours is going to be the first one the fish come up the scent trail. So that's what I do and try and do when I'm match fishing. But yeah, if you pleasure fishing, you're up tiding, try and use a boom rig and 3 hooks. Because the more scent trail, if you just got 1 hook out there, this is a single scent trail. So what I try and do is 3 big baits, if I'm depending on what species I'm targeting, and then cast it out, but keep on hitting in that same spot all the time, and quite quick as well. So don't leave it out there for half hour. Same as I'm shore fishing, every 15 minutes, fresh bait on, cast back out into the same spot when you're up tiding, and make your own scent trail end, and then the fish will come up it. And once you've got the fish coming up it, you can drop your bait sizes down. But you have to make your own scent trail. I hope that answers your question about up tiding. And then I hope I don't miss another fish, because we get into that nice hour now. So the light is just going. I just spoke to Rob there. I'm going to probably give it 40 minutes into darkness, because I think all the pouting dogs and straps would proper come on in darkness, and I don't want that. I come down to target the blonde. I know I've had one, but in the daytime when you target them, a lot of the not, shouldn't say rubbish fish, but the other fish then tend to not to be here. But then obviously it's Chesil Beach in darkness. You get your straps, you get your dogs, and your pouting. Normally quite abundant in darkness, but in daytime they normally, a little bit slower, and you got a chance to fish for the blondes. But yeah, well, I hope that answers your question. When you're up tiding, just try and keep on hitting the same spot all the time, and try and use 3 hooks instead of 1 to make a scent trail for yourself. I hope that helps anyway, and hopefully you catch some fish doing it. Oh, I didn't have time to knock the camera on then. I was just baiting up. I looked up and all my line just went slack on the shingle, so I had to get it back in, so it went buried. But I got it in. Look at that. Cracking blonde bray. Oh, nice male. That was a hell of a fight, that was. I was on my own. I couldn't shout down to Rob, because I just had to get it up proper slackline me. Apologies I couldn't film the fight, but I just couldn't. It just slacklined me all over the shingle, and I didn't want to get it buried in that swell. But yeah, lovely one, man. Absolutely buzzing. The second one now, and they've just lost the light now, that was, and as soon as the light went, it was on there. So I'll get him to quickly slip back now and see if I can get into more. Same again, herring with locally caught squid. Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely buzzing. Second one of the evening. A little bit bigger than the other one, but I'll get him quickly back now. But yeah, absolutely made up. Since I've had that ray, it's been quite relentless, to tell you the truth, with strap congers and pouting. They're just hoovering up everything. I haven't brought you back for that because it's a bit repetitive. But yeah, so my last, I'm going to give it a half hour, and if it stays the same, I've had a good day, don't get me wrong. I've had 2 cracking blonde rays, which I come down to get, but I'll probably call it a day and go back and have an early night because I got work in the morning. But yeah, it's been really good. Top tip is, where I normally fish, obviously I couldn't fish there, and I've come to about 120 metres, I'd say, to the right of it, looking out to sea on the O3. but I've been giving it, I got to say, a right belt to get onto the sandbank out there. I did drop 2 in close earlier on to see if I could catch a big conger, and it is well snaggy here. So if you come to the O2 and you come down to the right, give it a belt, because it is clean ground out there, and I've had everything back. But I did drop 2 in close to see if I could get a big conger for you. But yeah, that is well snaggy. I managed to get the leads back and all that, but all my actual hook length was all frayed where I'd been rubbing on it, and my actual rig body was knackered. I had to swap both of those out. So yeah, if you're coming down to the O2, give it a good massive whack to try and get it onto that sandbank which is out there. That's nice and clean. I think you're dicing with death, maybe rotten bottoms if you cast in close. But that's just what's happened to me here today. It might be clean all around it, but I've definitely got a patch of rock or something in front of me. That's a top tip. Yeah, so I've got 2 baited up. I've got 2 out there now. I'm going to quickly wind those in and give those about a 20-minute soak, because I'm going to get back nice and early. But yeah, brilliant days fishing. Absolutely brilliant. It's been quite busy, you know, with pouting, congers. I've only had 2 dogs, so that's quite surprising, to tell you the truth. Those are jumbo pout, mind. And then obviously I've had those 2 blonde ray, which I'm buzzing about. Target achieved. Yeah, so I'm going to wind those in quickly, and then I'll put those on and get it out there, and I'll get back to you if I have anything. I'll get back to you with an intro. But top tip, obviously I always fish with sand eel for bronze, but for some reason tonight both of those came on herring and squid. So if you come down here and they're not taking the sand eel, try something else. Always try something else. I know I did lose a little bit of distance because the baits were a bit bigger, but those jumbo pout, I thought would put them off. They loved that as well. They did. Mad. But I'll give it another half hour, and then I'll come back to you to say goodbye, and then cross fingers I can get something other than a jumbo pout and a strap conger. Because I've been looking up there now, there's even more people come, to tell the truth. Down to my right now where Rob was fishing, down past him, there's about 10 anglers there, and I can see there's right up to the cove now, there is people fishing. But it's all I can see at the moment. When you see people running down to the water's edge, they're having the same issue. Either jumbo pout or strap conger. But yeah, cross fingers now I can get something big in the last half hour for you. Oh, that's me done now. I'm just about to wind the last 2 rods in now. It's been quite quiet now. One I just spoke to just now, I did wind in another jumbo pout, but the other one was just untouched. So I've got those 2 out now. I left them soak for 20 minutes, and there's nothing happened. So I think it's time to go now. Get home nice and early, because I got work in the morning. But yeah, but it's been a fantastic day's fishing. I've had loads of fish. I've had whiting, straps, dogfish, pouting, and then obviously the blonde ray. Made up with those 2 off my species hunt, and I wanted to come down and target them. I hope you got loads of hints and tips how I target them. Obviously I started off with sand eel because that's what I normally catch them on, but then obviously I switched then to herring and squid, and I picked both of them up. All the fish came at distance, sitting on that sandbank. Like I said, I did try close in, so if you do come up to the right and you can't get onto the O3, just be careful. There are rocks about 40 or 50 yards out. But yeah, it's been thoroughly enjoyable. And well, I hope you got your information about uptiding. But yeah, been a great day. So I'm going to get everything packed away now and make my way home. Sorry. But thank you very much for watching. And if I don't see you on the beach, I'll see you on the channel. Enjoy your fishing, everyone.